Hi, boys and girls. So, for social studies, we're going to work on this lesson called transportation. So, last week we talked about communication, and this week we're going to talk about transportation. So, let's go over transportation and what it means. Transportation is the way to move something from one place to another. Okay, so it's the way that we move something or the way that we move from one place to another. And there's different things that we use for transportation, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what we use today and what people used long ago and long ago. So we're going to read this and then we'll talk about it. All right, it says transportation is the way people move from place to place. Find an invention that changed how people move. So these are all inventions of ways that, except for the horse, they're all inventions that talk about how people moved from one place to another. Let's go over the meaning of invention. An invention is something that no one has ever done before. No one has ever made it before. So that's an invention, something that no one has ever made before. All right, so let's look at 3 different ways that we can get from place to place. Okay, so air is one form of transportation, water is another form of transportation, and land. So these are 3 ways that we can get from place to place. So let's look at the pictures of air. What are ways that we can get from different places in the air? So long ago, they used an airplane. This is what one of the first airplanes looked like. It's nothing like what the airplanes look like today, right? But that's how it started. So this is how people traveled in air long ago. And then they made airplanes, right? Big airplanes that we use to get from one place to another. Like if we want to go on vacation or we want to visit family that live in another country or another state, we travel in an airplane. And they've even invented something really awesome like a space shuttle. That is another way that we travel through air or in the air is in a space shuttle, right? Astronauts get to go in a space shuttle to explore space and to learn more about space. So those are the ways that people have traveled in the air. Now let's look at water. So long ago, people traveled in a ship like this. Okay, it had sails and it didn't have a motor, and it was a way that they had to travel in water. Okay, and then the boats got bigger. They look like this, and then now we have big cruise ships, right? That people go on to take vacations in the water, and they're big cruise ships that hold thousands and thousands of people. So we can see how the invention of the ship has developed and has changed over time. Just like we could see how the invention of the airplane has developed and changed over time with technology. Now, let's look at land. So long ago, people traveled on land using horses or carriages, right? When cars were not invented yet. But as time went on, the train was invented, and so people used the train to travel also. And then cars were invented, and people used cars to travel on land. So we get to see how, with technology, people weren't just using horses and carriages anymore, or wagons. People were using trains and cars. Okay, so we could see how things have changed. Now, there's a question. It says, what ways has transportation changed since long ago? Well, we just looked at all that, right? We looked at how really it's changed so much from long ago to today, right? Here, the airplane, the shuttle, space shuttle, and the cruise ship and the car. So that's part of our history to learn about these things. So this is a great way that we can learn about transportation. And in your practice book, you're going to work on this page, page 25. And you're going to look at all these pictures, and you're going to circle all the pictures that show kinds of transportation. So at the top, we see different pictures, right? In the middle row and in the bottom row. And if it is something that is a way to get from one place to another, then you circle it. Circle it if it's a kind of transportation. And then when you're done circling it, take a picture of it and send it to me. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Bye.